and provinces. The Winnipeg Victorias had come late to the game, but they have the advantage of winter ice that comes early and stays long. They also have one of the finest athletes in the country. Dan Bain never drank or smoked and claimed he had no time for women. Dan Bain collected championships. He won his first at the age of 13 in roller skating, and they just kept coming. Gymnastics, lacrosse, the pair's figure skating crown, 3 consecutive cycling championships. Dan Bain could win at anything.
I couldn't see any sense in participating in a game unless I was good. I kept it a sport just long enough to nab a championship, and then I'd try something else.
In 1895, that something else is hockey. Bain answers a help-wanted ad inviting tryouts and wins a spot on the Winnipeg team. By now, the championship is in its 3rd year, and Montreal teams have won the silverware every time. The Montreal Victorias are considered unbeatable. But in February 1896, the Winnipeggers head east to challenge for the Cup, with a Manitoba Free Press reporter in tow.
Out from the west go 7 of the Prairie Capital's most stalwart sons to do battle. We have shown that Winnipeg is the curling center of the world, and if the Stanley Cup is brought to the bull's eye of the Dominion, we will have proven our right to be called the hockey center of the world.
It realizes the vision that Lord Stanley had. You have a team from the West, which in those days was the hinterland, coming east to play in a big series. You have all sorts of modern inventions which tie the country together, telegraph, the railway, etc. All of a sudden, this vision of Canada is realized in a hockey sense. And we have this Challenge Cup, which represents the championship of Canadian hockey. So Winnipeg comes into the heartland of establishment Canada. It's a phenomenon that no one has seen before.
The game is played in the old Victoria skating rink, under the same roof where 21 years earlier James Creighton had first brought hockey in from the cold. But this time, the place is packed to its elegant rafters. The Winnipeggers skate out in scarlet sweaters emblazoned with a gold bison. Their goalie, Cecil Merritt, sports a pair of white cricket pads, an innovation born of necessity since his teammates had perfected a wicked wrist shot. The Winnipeg team plays fast and tough, something Dan Bain is particularly proud of.
It was play 30 minutes, rest 10, then play another half hour, and with no substitutions. When we passed, the puck never left the ice. And if a wingman wasn't there to receive it, it was because he had a broken leg.
Thanks to the CPR, the country is not only tracked, but wired. And tonight, for the first time, hockey fans back in Winnipeg could follow a game they couldn't see. It's spotty and time-delayed coming down the telegraph wires, but still, it's play-by-play. This night, Dan Bain leads the team in penalty minutes and gets an assist on the winning goal late in the second half. Cecil Merritt, with his white cricket pads, is so good. One reporter declares the Winnipeg goal might as well have been boarded up. Montreal goes down to defeat, and the Cup goes west. The Manitoba Free Press gloats that the fans who'd bet on Winnipeg cleaned the place out.
Montreal tonight is clothed in sackcloth and ashes, and the sports have gone to sleepless beds with empty pocketbooks. The Peg contingent, on the other hand, have enough money to start a private bank. No less than 2,000 cold plonkers went down into the jeans of the Winnipeg supporters.
The newspaper also reports that the Stanley Cup holds exactly 2 gallons of beer, thus noting the birth of another fine hockey tradition. When the heroes come home, Winnipeg puts on Canada's first Stanley Cup parade in horse-drawn carriages down Main Street.
The idea of the West is now made real, not only to Montreal hockey players, but